Alright, hello and welcome to system test number 2. Here I've got the Firelight MS4, which has a new trouble besides the fact that the batteries are dead and not hooked up. I may have broken it. I was doing some stuff with it and accidentally shorted out the wires for NAC 2. Which is why there's now a NAC fault that cannot be fixed. But the good news is that somebody else has a panel that I will eventually be receiving by the next system test if all goes well. And that's the current plan. So, the new one's going to be brand new and it's going to be better than the MS4 because the MS4 is a crappy panel in the first place. Sorry about that language, but it's true. For pole stations, we've got an Edwards 270 SPO. The camera doesn't like to focus here because the lighting is just so bad in this room. We've got everything mounted up on walls and back boxes now, instead of sitting on a table like I did previously. If we move over here, we've got a Simplex TrueAlert as our alarm today. The first alarm I did was 4903, that one, in my abundance of alarms. So I'll be doing a video on all of those later. I'm still waiting on a few more to come in, but once they do, I'll be doing a video on a few on my collection. But this is the only ceiling appliance I have, and it's a heat detector. So we'll be testing that today by shorting out the wires. I mean, I don't know if that's the correct way to test them everywhere, but I do know that that's legal here. Where I am, you can just short out the wires on a heat detector like this. That's just how it works. So, let's start with the 270 SPO. Alright, so as you probably saw, the alarm is doing code 3 in the horn and the strobe because I couldn't run a second wire for NAC 2 like I was originally going to. That was going to let that, do the coding properly. So the strobe only blinks 3 times instead of continuously. That's just how it works. So if we go ahead, we're going to short out the wires here to this detector head. Since I have my key here. Fortunately, I don't have a spare jumper wire or anything to short out the wires, so I'm going to be using the keys that I have, which are metal and conductive. Get the job done. There you go. Alright, so, let's get those detector head back up there. Ceiling. Oops. Oh, there we go. The wires are going to need to be fixed. I had to change out this wire because the old wiring happened to break, so I had to change out the wire, and I haven't hung it back up properly yet. But it will be up, essentially tacked up against the wall properly. So that's essentially what we've got going on for us today. Let me go ahead and reset the 270 SPO before we, keep going here. Man, it would have been really helpful if I got a screwdriver ready too. We're just gonna go with it. Alright, and let's go ahead and reset the system. Whichever button that might be. It's going to go back into trouble here in a moment for both the troubles that I mentioned earlier. So I'll wait for it to go to the second one. So as I mentioned before, since this panel has an abundance of issues in the first place, mostly because it's an MS4, I will be getting a new panel provided by somebody else in the fire alarm community. He said I could mention him, but I'm going to keep him on the down low right now. And we'll see what that panel is, hopefully by the next system test. Have a good day, everybody.